Welcome back to Who Died Today. Over the past few days, the world has bid farewell to some truly beloved and unforgettable stars. In today's episode, we pay heartfelt tribute to these remarkable lives and the legacies they've left behind. Before we begin, we kindly ask for a moment of support. If any of these stories have moved you or reminded you of someone special, please give this video a thumbs up to honor their memory. Thank you. Number 6. James Caan's final goodbye, remembering the Godfather. He was the fire behind Sonny Corleone, the quiet storm of Brian's song, the heart of every scene he touched. Today, we mourn the loss of James Caan, an actor, a fighter, a father, a legend. His passing leaves behind a silence Hollywood will never be able to fill. This tribute is for him. If he ever moved you, made you laugh, or gripped your soul, please give this video a like. It's how we say thank you and goodbye. He made rage poetic. He made vulnerability powerful. He made Sonny Corleone immortal. James Edmund Caan was born March 26, 1940, in the Bronx, New York, to German Jewish immigrants. A Bronx kid who played football at Michigan State, studied economics, and somehow found his way to Sanford Meisner's stage. Beneath the machismo was a man who battled depression, addiction, and unimaginable grief, especially after losing his beloved sister. James Caan made his film debut in 1963 with Irma la Douce, quietly stepping into Hollywood before capturing hearts in 1971 with his deeply emotional role in Brian's song. Just a year later, he exploded into stardom as Sonny Corleone in The Godfather, 1972, a performance that earned him an Oscar nomination and cemented his place in film history. In 1981, he returned with what he called his proudest work, Thief, showcasing his gritty intensity. Throughout the 1990s and 2000s, Caan continued to evolve, delivering memorable performances in Misery, Eraser, and Las Vegas, proving his lasting versatility and staying power in the ever-changing world of cinema. He once said, "I'm not the kind of guy who can play a role and then forget it. I carry it." And you could feel that in every role. For years, James struggled with cocaine addiction and personal demons, stepping away from acting altogether in the 80s. James Caan died of a heart attack on July 6, 2022, in Los Angeles, California, at the age of 82. His family confirmed the news. His son, Scott Caan, said simply, "He was the toughest guy I ever knew, and the most loving." James wasn't just a gangster on screen. He was a craftsman, a father, a coach, a cowboy, and above all, human. With the loss of Ray Liotta and now James Caan, Hollywood has lost another cornerstone of its golden era. James Caan gave us passion, fire, and truth. And now the screen is dimmer without him. He had his share of mistakes, arrests, and broken relationships, but he never pretended to be perfect. He owned it all. Please share your favorite James Caan memory in the comments. Let's honor him together. Like, comment, and subscribe to keep his legacy alive. Rest in power, Jimmy. You'll never be forgotten. Number 5. The X-Files composer Mark Snow, farewell to a television legend. We've lost the man behind the mystery, the genius whose music made the unknown unforgettable. Mark Snow, composer of the iconic X-Files theme, has passed away on July 4, 2025, in Connecticut. He was 78. Born Martin Fulterman in Brooklyn on August 26, 1946, Snow's journey began in New York's School of Music and Art, where he formed a lifelong friendship with Michael Caan. From Juilliard to rock tours and finally to Los Angeles, Mark's destiny became etched in sound. Though he scored hundreds of projects, it was the X-Files that made him a household name. His eerie, whistling theme became the voice of the paranormal for a generation and a heartbeat for fans of the unexplained. He was a husband, a father to 3 daughters, and a man who wore his heart and his baseball hat with quiet pride. Despite 15 Emmy nominations, he never won. But Mark once said, "When they go and the Emmy goes too, I'll just stand up." Mark Snow may be gone, but his music will echo wherever the truth is still out there. Rest in power, Maestro. Number 4. Young Noble's final verse, Outlaw's legend tragically gone. We never expected to say this. Not like this. A soldier of hip-hop, a brother forged in Tupac's fire, a voice that carried the Outlaw's legacy for nearly 3 decades, has fallen silent. Rufus Young Noble Cooper is gone. He wasn't just a rapper. He was loyalty personified, purpose in motion, the last rider of a movement built on pain, poetry, and power. Born March 21, 1978, in Sierra Madre, California, young Noble moved to New Jersey as a boy, where he met the brothers who would become his family, Yaki Gaddafi, Hussein Fatal, Idi Amin. Together, under Tupac's vision, they became the Outlaws. Young Noble's debut shook the world. His verse on Machiavelli's The Don Killuminati, The 7-Day Theory, remains iconic. He kept Pac's flame burning with solo albums like Noble Justice and Son of God, never chasing fame, only truth. But behind the bars was a heart weighed down by loss, by memory, by the unbearable silence left behind by his fallen brothers. And now, heartbreak has claimed another. On July 5, 2025, young Noble died by suicide from a self-inflicted gunshot wound in Atlanta. His longtime brother-in-arms, Idi Amin, confirmed the devastating news. Today, I got some of the worst and unexpected news imaginable. My brother took his life this morning. Mental illness is real. Check on your folks. He was just 47. To every soul hearing this, you are not alone. Rest in power, young Noble. Leave your prayers in the comments. Like this video to honor his legacy. And please talk to someone, because silence can be fatal, but remembrance can be healing. Subscribe to Who Died Today as we continue honoring the lives that shaped our world. Number 3. Charlie Daniels' final song, A Legend's Last Ride. He was the sound of a southern storm, the fire behind the fiddle, the voice that told America's stories in rhythm and soul. And now, the devil finally stopped dancing in Georgia. Today, we remember Charlie Daniels, a country music icon, a fierce patriot, and a man whose music roared louder than time. If he ever made you sing, cry, or feel something in your bones, hit that like button. It's how we honor legends, with heart. He wasn't just a musician, he was thunder in boots. Born October 28, 1936 in Wilmington, North Carolina, Charles Edward Daniels grew up with a guitar in his hand and God in his heart. Raised in the Deep South, he blended gospel roots with fiddle fury. Life didn't spare Charlie. He broke his arm digging fence posts, suffered a stroke in 2010, and still kept moving, recording and performing well into his 80s. 1964, married Hazel Juanita Alexander, his partner in life and legacy. 1979, released The Devil Went Down to Georgia, a cultural lightning bolt. 2009, received a star on the Music City Walk of Fame. 2016, inducted into the Country Music Hall of Fame. He once said, "I ain't never had much money, but I've always had a whole lot of music." Beyond his iconic voice and energy, Charlie fought through injury and health scares, always getting back up. On July 6, 2020, Charlie Daniels passed away at the age of 83 from a hemorrhagic stroke in Hermitage, Tennessee. His beloved wife Hazel was by his side. The Country Music Association wrote, "Charlie didn't just play music. He built a nation of believers around it." Charlie gave voice to the South and soul to the country. He was more than a fiddle player. He was a storyteller, a fighter, and a friend. His passing marked the loss of a generation that defined country music's golden era. The stage is silent now. The fiddle rests. But the song he wrote in our hearts, it'll play forever. He never shied from his beliefs. Whether praised or criticized, Charlie stood tall with truth and twang. Please share your favorite Charlie Daniels memory in the comments. Let's honor him together. Like, comment, and subscribe. And may his song never fade. Number 2. Julian McMahon's death shocks the world. A beautiful flame extinguished too soon. We never imagined we'd be saying this today. Julian McMahon, the captivating star whose roles defined an era of television drama and cinematic villainy, is gone. Known for his seductive charm, haunting performances, and quiet grace, Julian left an indelible mark on millions of lives. On July 2, 2025, the world lost this remarkable soul after a private and courageous battle with cancer. Please take a moment to honor him with a like, for the characters he gave us, the hearts he stirred, and the legacy he leaves behind. He played demons, doctors, and dictators, yet somehow we always saw the man underneath, the pain, the truth. Julian Dana William McMahon was born on July 27, 1968, in Sydney, Australia. The only son of Australian Prime Minister Sir Billy McMahon and Lady Sonia McMahon, Julian grew up surrounded by influence, but chose to chase something different: creativity. A brief stint at university gave way to a modeling career, which ultimately led him to the world stage as an actor. Julian lived with quiet grief, losing his father when he was just 19, and later holding his mother's hand as she passed away. Behind the fame and fortune was a man shaped by heartbreak, yet fueled by an unrelenting desire to make people feel something through his art. Julian's career spanned continents and genres. After rising to fame in Australian soap operas like The Power, The Passion, and Home and Away, he transitioned to U.S. television with Another World before landing his breakout primetime role on Profiler. He became a household name as the demonic yet tragic Cole Turner in Charmed, and later captivated global audiences as the complex and charismatic Dr. Christian Troy in Ryan Murphy's Nip Tuck, earning a Golden Globe nomination. He portrayed Marvel's iconic villain Dr. Doom in the 2000s Fantastic Four films, and led CBS's FBI Most Wanted from 2020 to 2022. His final roles included a haunting turn in The Surfer with Nicolas Cage and a poignant performance as the Australian Prime Minister in Netflix's The Residents. I like the opportunity to play characters who have these dark sides, but make the audience empathize with them. That was Julian, always chasing the light inside the shadow. Julian fought cancer with quiet strength, keeping his diagnosis private. He continued to work through pain, pouring his soul into every frame, every word, even as his own time was slipping away. Julian McMahon died on July 2, 2025, in Clearwater, Florida, with his loving wife Kelly and daughter Maddie by his side. His passing was confirmed in a heartfelt statement by Kelly, who wrote, "Julian loved life. His deepest wish was to bring joy into as many lives as possible." Dylan Walsh, his Nip Tuck co-star, mourned, "My God, we laughed. I loved him." Nicolas Cage, who worked with Julian just months before, said, "He was one of my favorite people, kind and intelligent." Julian will be remembered as more than just a face on screen. He was vulnerability masked in beauty, rage buried in grace. He gave us unforgettable characters, and in doing so, revealed pieces of himself. His death echoes the loss of other beloved stars taken too soon, and reminds us how fragile the brightest lights truly are. Julian McMahon was a flame, dazzling, fierce, and all too brief. But flames like his, they never really go out. They linger in memories, on screens, in hearts. Despite his soaring career, Julian faced media scrutiny over his personal life, including his early divorce from pop star Danny Minogue and tabloid speculation surrounding his relationships. Yet through every headline and whisper, he never lashed out. He let his work speak louder than rumor. If Julian touched your life, if you ever felt seen, haunted, or comforted by his performances, please leave a comment with your memories below. And if his story moved you today, like, comment, and subscribe. Let's ensure that his light never fades. Number 1. Did rapper 4X just lose his life? Tragedy on the 4th of July. It was supposed to be a night of celebration, fireworks, laughter, and music. But what if I told you one of LA's rising rap voices vanished from the spotlight in an instant? A horrifying scene, a firework, a scream. And now, the internet is asking the question nobody wants to answer. Did we just lose rapper 4Extra? You're watching Who Died Today, and this is a story that's still unfolding. Loud, raw, and heartbreaking. If you believe in second chances, in miracles, in healing, hit that like button now to send strength his way. Just hours before the chaos, 4Extra shared a video, laughing, holding a red and gray explosive in each hand, teasing his plans for the night. "Imma blow a nigga up," he joked, fire emojis flooding the caption. But no one could have predicted how prophetic those words would become. 4Extra, a Compton-bred rapper known for gritty West Coast storytelling and hard-earned bars, was gaining traction across LA streets and Spotify streams alike. From backyard ciphers to viral freestyles, his journey was just taking flight. Until the explosion. On July 4th, just hours after posting that video, a firework, An illegal homemade salute filled with flash powder allegedly detonated in his hand. The result? Fans say his hand was blown off. Some feared even worse. Bloody, brutal, and caught on camera. Images began to circulate online. Tweets flooded timelines. Whispers became panic. One tweet read, "Yo, what happened to 4X? That man was just on IG lighting those things. This can't be real." Another, "Hope that dude's okay. But man, fireworks ain't no joke. Prayers up." Now here's what we know. Despite the horror of the blast, 4Extra is alive. Yes, alive. Sources close to the rapper confirm he suffered a severe injury, likely to his dominant hand, and remains hospitalized. We'd love to hear your thoughts. Feel free to share your memories or favorite moments about these icons in the comments below. And if this tribute touched your heart, don't forget to subscribe for more emotional stories that celebrate the lives of those who will never be forgotten.